Welcome, everybody, to King of the Hill 2. I am your sideline reporter slash superstar, Pete Manzanelli. We have a great night of poker on tap for you guys. We got Philly Hellmuth and Tonka's playing later. But first up, we have a match between two legends of poker. We have Shaun, the man, the myth, the slow roller Deebs. And over here, we have Olivier, I definitely work out, Busquet. Fellas, how are you guys feeling?
Great. I'm feeling great. You know, he's supposed to be the heads-up specialist. I'm the slow roll specialist. So we're going to see what the real skill in poker is by the end of today.
Okay, but things that have been getting a little heated before we went on camera. I just want to make sure. Are you guys going to keep it clean out here tonight?
Yeah, we're good.
I mean, no, I won't.
No,
I won't agree to anything.
Okay, that's fine. I just want to make sure. You know this guy does work out, though.
And so do I. But
Okay.
I work out in a different place, the cafeteria.
Nobody's going to argue with. But seriously, so you are a notorious slow roll. Are you afraid going against a guy that is a former MMA fighter? He could come across the table and snap
I think
you in
he's not a
half.
former. I think he's active MMA fighter.
He's an active MMA fighter.
Yeah.
So are you going to watch your tongue against this man?
No.
Okay.
I expect nothing short of the full Shaun Deeb.
Barrage.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't outplay him on the table. I can get him verbally, so he might, you know, he was known for a chat tilter back in the day. He had some legendary rants, and
Sure.
we're going to see some subtle little bleeps or some other shit going on. Who knows?
Okay, all right. I thought I was going to be a sideline reporter. Evidently, I'm going to have to keep these guys separated. We'll
You do
to
have
see
the
how it
referee
goes.
outfit. You're
That's
ready.
right. I need to get my whistle out. But, Shaun, I've been looking on the internets, the Twitter polls. They don't like your chances. I'm looking at poker shares. 85% of the bets are on Olivier's. How disrespected do you feel?
Well, Timex is a very sharp person. If the line hasn't moved, 85% of the bets might have came on him. They could be the low stakes guys. I think the high stakes guys, you know what's up. You know, so there might be a little surprise.
Okay, and I have to ask, do you think that's a fair line? Do you think you should be getting 85% of the action?
I mean, honestly, I have no idea. One thing I'm not going to do is underestimate Shaun. I think if a new poker game were to start, Shaun would probably be one of the favorites. He's a super talented guy, so like I'm sure he's done a little bit of heads-up work since this was announced.
He's already sucking up. He's
Look
scared
at
of
this
me.
guy. He's such a diplomat, dude. Sean's over here chirping on Twitter. This guy's just letting his biceps do the talking. Can we see these out here? No. You're not going to whip out your bicep? There it is. Now, can we see yours? No. Lift up. Okay, excellent. So what's your prediction? Are you going to take it in? What is it going to take you the full two?
I think he'll definitely take 3 matches. I think either way, I think there's definitely going to be a different match expected from me and Olivier than, Phil and Tonka might be a little bit slower. I think I'm coming balls to the wall, and I think he's going to do the same.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to play my game. I mean, the variance is super high in this format, so like, I wouldn't be surprised if it went 3 matches, and honestly, it could go either way.
All right, guys. Well, all I do know is we have a great night of poker ahead. We got 2 legends about to go at it on the felt. Check it out. We got Phil Hellmuth, Tonka's later. We got Dougie Polks in the booth. I'll be kicking it around. It's a great night. King of the Hill 2. Let's go.
I counted this as 5 stacks.
Okay,
so
that's what I figured, yeah.
I
So,
don't know what
then
I
it should have been less than not more. You thought you were over. It would have been 48 if that was only 5.
No, I thought this was 10K, but it's only 8K, so I thought I had 2K more.
That's 12K in black.
No, not the whole thing, just these 4.
Oh.
Yeah, I really did something weird. All right.
Are we going to see the clock visually or what? Okay.
And we are live. Welcome to King of the Hill 2. I'm going to be your host for the evening. My name is Doug Polk, and I want to welcome everyone to the stream here today.
Well, now you're officially the favorite according to Chips.
It's always good to win the first hand.
Busquet bets and takes it down. Into the lead.
Thought about using
Lines
reveal
are low
on the first hand.
Oh, yeah?
Just to fuck with you.
Yeah.
But this match ain't going to go long, So.
I actually thought about doing it when, like, the first hand it goes, like, check, bet. And just being like, oh, yeah.
Now remember, this will be a best 2 out of 3. You're going to have to win 2 matches to advance to the finals.
How much?
9.
I also want to welcome all of the viewers from both my stream
36.
and from Tonka's. little pre-flop re-raise takes it down for Busquet.
How many times have you played Poker Night in America? A lot, right? Like
30 maybe?
30 times?
I think so. I played a lot.
I thought a lot was gonna be like 10. You played 30 times. Wow.
I think so. I don't know.
No, I'm
It
sure
must have
that's
been
right.
like 6 seasons, probably five a season. Got to walk?
You gotta walk.
Damn it. Guess you had 2 unders.
And
Two
Deeb would be
and
correct.
three.
3 deuce off into the muck.
Oh. You somewhat gave me a compliment by, not raising that on the button. But we'll see what you 3-bet with the second hand. I'll truly see your opinion of me.
That's not what that's gonna show you. It's just gonna show you what one of the hands in my 3-betting range is.
Yeah, but how wide, that still affects the image a little bit. You have I think you have a different 3-betting range versus me and Phil. That's for sure.
Well,
I would assume so.
but yeah, that might be true, but that says nothing about you. It's just because if you were limping, I would probably
Yeah.
have you too. So much added, I don't know what to call it, but not value, but just benefit to being able to play Phil in the final. It's just, there's just so much amazing.
I mean, that's the whole thing is for the draw, it was who's going to get Phil, who's going to you can just have so much more fun knowing that that's going to be the banter that you deal with, And me and Phil have done a bunch of shows together, but it's just so different being one-on-one than a whole table.
There were not nearly as many places to hide in a one-on-one battle. You're going to have to play some poker and beat the man in front of you. 9-8 for Deeb, 9-7 for Busquet. Queen 8-4 Rainbow. Deeb cements his lead with his middle pair and backdoor flush draw. Busquet tries to take a stab here, not going to work. Deeb has connected. And he makes the call. Could be some interesting turns here. 8 on the turn improves Deeb to 3 of a kind. Hard to imagine him getting too much action.
How much?
Yeah, Deeb leads and takes it down. If you are just joining us, this is match 1, round 1 of the semifinals. Busquet and Deeb playing currently.
I'm good at
Helmuth
counting, so if
and
you ever need a
Parker
little,
playing later on.
explanation, I can tell you. Right now, you're slightly losing.
Am I? Good.
Now you're losing even more.
Deeb
Sick.
goes for the open, takes it
I
down.
just want to quit and cash out now. It'd be great. Pay for my flight.
I mean, you still have to come back from the cash game.
There is no cash game. They're just filming King of the Hill.
No, I mean that you played earlier today.
Oh, I'm not even from that cash
yeah,
game.
yeah,
That
not
is
even
true.
yet. You got to get even first.
The players are
lost,
referencing
like,
earlier today when
400
Deeb
blinds in
decided
that
to
game. It's reasonable.
stop by
In an
play
hour.
some 10-20
Played well.
before his high stakes heads up match.
Yep. But I impressed them all so much that 7 of them bet on me on the side in this match. So
Oh, I heard you talking about that during lunch.
I threw a party as well as, impressed them with my skill set.
Sick.
But at least half of their logic was, well, we've heard of Phil and Shaun. We don't know who the other 2 are, so they must be better. Yeah.
What's that called? The availability bias?
Notoriety bias, probably. You'll never be that famous. I don't think you want
Should
to
I
be.
feel offended? I don't know.
You're not as famous as me or Phil? I mean, it's
Yeah.
a pretty high bar.
It's true. It's very true.
Is the button right?
Yeah, I just raised last time.
Oh,
you
okay,
fold?
yeah,
Yeah.
full. So where I fold, I forgot it even happened.
6, but 9, right?
Yeah.
If Deeb doesn't know how the button works, it could be a long night. King, queen
Check.
for Busquet, king 3 for Deeb. Both players miss this low, somewhat connected flop. Check, check. Busquet improves to top pair second kicker. He's got a few options. And he goes ahead and bets, and Deeb with the snap fold. Busquet will take down another one. This is the best 2 out of 3. The blinds will slowly escalate. I believe that we have 15-minute blinds here on the semifinal matches, and then in the finals tomorrow, we'll move up to around 20 minutes. Shout out to Tonka P joining us in the chat. We'll be playing later today.
Another walk for you, buddy.
And who I'm also secretly taking a Snapchat of as I'm saying this.
Who do you think Phil is rooting to play for between the two of us?
I mean, I would assume that if he's rooting for someone, it's not because he thinks like his
Come on, he only
chances
cares
are
about
better.
his edge.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I'm not. I would have no idea what opinion Phil has. That's a like kind of tough thing to gauge.
Yeah, his mind is a wandering mind for sure.
That's not what I meant exactly.
It's okay. I'll interpret for the fans.
Okay.
He'd probably be like, I don't care. I'm going to beat them both.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
He's so confident. Like he's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like, doesn't matter.
Check. $800.
And Busquet has flopped a set. The second nuts here on this board. Question now is, should he go for some value or should he trap to the turn?
$27 or $28?
Busquet check raises. 2,800 is now the bet. Now Deeb doesn't have much, but if he thinks that Busquet could be making a move here, he could float and try and turn some equity and possibly take it away on a later street. But he lets it go, and Busquet will be upset. No value to be had.
Reasonable.
That's acceptable.
It's a good
You
hand.
had me beat,
It's a good hand.
in case you didn't know.
Yeah. You get that warm feeling? You got that
I
warm
almost did a
feeling?
lot of silly things. Like every option went in my head, so I was like, you know,
Yeah.
it was smart. I had a hand you didn't want me to see it turn on.
Really?
You think you know my hand, but you don't. That's great. Or in your head.
I have no idea what your hand was. Yeah, I'm still not sure what that means. Ace, king of spades?
It was not the nut flush draw. It was a lower one.
No, okay. Well, then I really don't know which one it is.
Busquet opens up with the Jack 3 of diamonds. Deeb decides to call with the Ace 5. Eight, 6, 4, 2 spades. Both players miss. Busquet does have a backdoor flush draw, and Deeb has a gutter. Couple of loose hands here taking a turn. Bit of an action turn. Busquet turns a backdoor flush draw. Deeb doesn't improve, but his hand looks a little bit stronger now on a paired board. Busquet now barrels the turn. Deeb doesn't have much, but if he thinks Busquet's on a draw, he could call, try and play some rivers. Decides to lay it down, and Busquet gets one through here. Collects another pot. Slight lead here out of the gate for Busquet, up to 5,400. Sorry, 54,000. Table talk has quieted down.
I'll take 2 extra. It's okay.
Queen 10 for Deeb in the bud and opens it up. Busquet reaching for some chips, is going to make the call with the 8-6 offsuit.
Check.
Triple O, Greg, stop ignoring us, Doug. I'm not ignoring you guys. Just want to let the players talk. Things have quieted down a bit. Be answering a few more questions from the chat. 6-3 deuce, 2 clubs, top pair for Busquet, 2 overs for Deeb. King rolls off on the turn.
All right, guys.
Interesting spot now for Deeb.
Make your way to table 14. It's near the center of the room. You see a bunch of people heading that way.
Check,
If you're
check.
running on 1-3, no limit, make your way to table number 14. Brand new game.
5 on the river. Not a card that Busquet is going to be happy to see. I still had to go for some value, though. He takes it down. Doug, how much do
Bad
these
sign
players
to win
buy
a
in
lot
for
of
anything
pots
at
when
all?
the blinds are low. I know that already. It's a bad sign.
You know my skill is getting all in and sucking out. We've seen that happen on poker night many times. To you specifically.
Well, I mean, just like, you know, I could lose a couple pots when the blinds are much bigger, and all in or not.
The buy-in for today is $50,000. All players had to put up $50,000 to enter. One player will leave the arena with all of the gold.
Did you watch the first round? The first, like, session of this?
I was there doing commentary for the first
Yeah,
round,
yeah, I remember that.
and then the second rounds I was playing a cash game and like not really watching.
Not really watching, yeah.
It was pretty brutal. I bet on Jungle, Casella gave me even money, and
Wow, sick.
he came in when
2-4.
he was down to like 8,000, whatever. He was down to like 6,000 of the 100,000. He came and prepaid me the 5,000.
Oh, sick. Oh, my God.
Yeah, so-
That's wild.
So Frank got a lot of enjoyment out of that one.
I'm sure.
Deeb carrying on with some casual conversation as he looks down at the second best
Come
hand in
on.
No Limit Hold'em. Does not get any love, though. 10 deuce for Busquet. Not in the mood for the Doyle Brunson.
Prepay. That's
Huh?
that's the equivalent of like getting up like right before the river. You know?
I mean,
brutal.
Jungle had to lose like 2 matches after that, as well as like having 5 big blinds. Like it shorts that game as like one of his weakest points.
Sure.
So
Crazy.
I accepted the prepay. I'm not one of
I'm
those
sure.
believe in luck guys. I don't.
No, no, of course. I didn't mean it like that.
Well, you're kind of old, so I thought you might believe in those old fallacies.
Kinda old.
Open, deep,
How old are
3
you?
bets, the
Am I
queen
older
jack
than you?
off takes it
Of course
down.
you are.
Yeah. It's just it feels different because like
Aren't you
have
like 35 or 36?
36. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
because you have 2 kids. That's why I just.
My kids are a lot younger than your 2 kids. You have 2, right?
No, I don't have kids.
Oh, they were hers?
Yeah, I had stepkids.
Oh, okay,
I mean,
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, when I was married. Yeah. No, I don't have kids.
Yeah, you got
Just
5
like
years
having
on
a
it.
family, just it gives you the aura of being older.
I mean, I've also been around forever, like, you know, from online.
Yeah. 32.
31.
31. Wow.
I mean, hell, I retired 8 years ago from poker, you know? And here I am, as the businessman.
Deep looks down at Jack 10 of spades, decides to open it up, and takes down again. We got a lot of pre-flop folds lately. 10
I'm a
deuce
much better
once again
two-floor
for
player than
Busquet.
153.
That's what I was afraid of.
Hopefully I'm just as strong at 2,000, 4,000 if we ever get there.
That line level it felt like it went like relatively fast.
We got a lot of hands in, I think. I was thinking in my head, I'm like, this doesn't feel like 15 minutes.
Oh,
We
okay.
probably played like 20 hands in it, but I guess that makes sense. We're online guys. you
Yeah,
know.
we're not like, I mean,
We're not giving the speech and limping and, you know, showing all the usual stuff. But that's why I think like this structure doesn't need to be that strong, because if you have 2 guys who are going to play fast, it can be, 10-minute blind levels. You're still going to get a lot of hands per blind level.
that's true. And it is 2 out of 3 matches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, ace 8-3 on the flop. Deep in the lead with king high, but faces a very small bet from Busquet. Deep does decide to call. Taking a turn. Jack on the turn improves no one.
Paul, do you want 136?
Both players have quite weak hands here.
Check.
Check, check on the turn. Deep improves to 4th pair. Is anyone else having any issues with the brightness of the stream, or is it just one of our viewers today? Sounds like someone needs a new monitor. Deep checks the river now. Busquet looking to go for a bet. Representing either has a jack or maybe a strong 8. Trying to get some thin value. Deep has improved, though, to a pair, so I'm not entirely certain if this is going to work. Deep actually has a kind of good call hand here because having a 5 means Busquet is less likely to have improved on the 5. And the king isn't a card Busquet would often be bluffing with.
Gary for 1-3.
Not a Doug Polk approved fold.
Not an approved fold. Wow.
I know you're surprised, right?
For the record,
I just
I
thought
cannot
you were
approve that
thinking about
fold.
calling with king high, so. Ace 10.
Huh? I would have raised if I had ace 10. But I think you had me. Oh yeah.
please
sorry.
tweet
Oh, yeah,
at
big
Shaun
number.
Deeb. He did not have you. He did not have you. And that's what you get for being a nit.
Sorry.
Thanks. You were good with mans. I was like out of my element.
Really?
I felt it. Like I don't know.
I'm used to being around douches, so it's like more comfortable for me.
Yeah, I was just like just a different vibe than like I'm naturally vibing with. Yeah, you were on point.
Thank you. Still trying to suck up to me. They were supposed to be enemies, Your little protege tried to fight me,
Kill you
10
with
years
kindness.
ago.
That was a long time ago. That was a long time ago.
All right, guys, we are actually bringing
If we were all
A
judged
special
by
guest
the
here
actual
on
I mean, the
18-year-old
The
self.
shit I did when I
stream.
was 18
We are now
or 25,
joined by-
I mean,
What's up,
I'm
guys?
ashamed of
Doug
most
Polk
of it.
here.
A lot of it was in the spotlight and
Exactly.
there's video evidence of
Exactly.
some
Parker
of it.
Talbot in the
Yeah.
booth.
It is interesting as
I'm pretty sure I was very
as we
specific.
move
My
in
name
time
is Doug
and
Polk.
like so much
I have
more of
legally
young
changed it.
people's
That
so
would
that I
actually-
can start all of
actions
my
are, like,
YouTube videos
recorded.
with "What's
And,
up,
like,
guys?
yeah.
can be-
Doug Polk
Like, that's
here."
the-
used
That
against
would be
them or
ownage.
can be,
Oh,
that-
that,
The thing
can
about,
you
like, Facebook,
imagine
like,
Yeah.
I have my
how
timeline on
fucking
Facebook
sick you'd
from when
have to
I
be
was,
in the head to
18
just
plus.
change
Right.
your name?
Like all this
Please
random
don't.
shit. It's things that, like, your kids are gonna look and like be like, this is when I was conceived and this is what my dad was up to. You know what I mean?
No, I'm
Like,
not gonna do that.
They're gonna know exactly where you were and what you were doing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've never really been a big Facebook person.
What social media are you big on then?
I'm not. I mean, I use Twitter like somewhat, but I don't have Instagram. I don't use Facebook. I'm not really sure why exactly. I just,
Probably lack of free time.
well, I think also I never felt as comfortable putting like much of my private life or my personal life like in the public sphere. And I don't know. I never really been into pictures much or photos.
Don't let Busquet
You're so
fool you. He
photogenic,
loves
it's
white
shocking.
knighting on Twitter.
Yeah, right.
He does.
All right, so
As he talks about it, by the way, that he doesn't like to use social media and Twitter. He's just got like 35K followers on Twitter, just like
I know.
double what I've got.
I know he just casual though.
Yeah.
All right, so we are actually playing poker, which you might have forgotten about from all the pre-flop folding, but we got a couple pre-flop holdings here. Busquet with the top pair, Deeb with the nothing burger, and this could be a short one.
It's pretty looking nothing burger pre though.
I know.
9-6.
Big lick,
Big lick.
big lick.
Is that what 9-6
69,
suited?
yeah.
Oh, 69. Fuck, dude. I'm looking at. I'm like 96. What? What do you
96?
mean?
Yeah.
Were you gonna go all in on any river, Borgata?
Huh?
Were you gonna jam any river in Borgata?
No.
No. Great.
I wasn't bailing every turn. I just the ones I turned a
well,
second straight draw.
Sure.
Yeah.
That turn, yeah, of course. But I just like, I mean, I don't think I can.
I just don't think you ever call folding there.
Oh no, I think I am for some hands. Not.
When
very,
Deeb makes
very few.
statements like that, he's just always
Without any,
wrong.
if you're
I
gonna
don't
call
think
the
you
turn of
ever
the king,
call
you're calling the
folding
river.
there.
Yeah.
Dude, I was listening to when Deeb was in the
was
conversation.
just too much
you
you
expected
attacking
my
Little
call
man, I
frequency
think.
to be very high.
On the river, yeah.
Okay, I get it.
And I think
I thought
they
my turn
disagreed
fold
on
equity
like
was
every
high.
hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably.
Deeb
right.
was like, oh, he's definitely gonna fold this river, and Jungle was like, no chance.
It actually makes for
Yeah, that's why
entertaining
your turn
though, like
raising range is
entertaining
0, so
commentary.
For
like
sure.
I'm getting blasted off my equity.
No, you're right. That's true. I actually thought about it just because we were getting a bit close to the money.
Yeah.
And I was like, if we were closer to the money, I think I probably would have jammed. But I was just like, I mean, I don't know. I'm not great in those spots, I think.
It was a heads-up spot, so I'm very happy to hear you say that.
I mean spots related to ICM
Yeah.
or bubble.
I mean, I think like both of our skill edge compared to that field is so high that like you can ignore ICM. Like to double up and have 60 or 70 blinds on the bubble, it's like worth a slightly losing gamble for the future equity.
That might be true.
You know, after the Frank Casella jungle match, I thought to myself, you know what? That was too fast. We gotta slow this down. We gotta play like a few
Now
smaller
you're
pots.
starting to you're feeling a little bit sad in that.
I'm a little
Stack.
sad.
Yeah.
You have 60,000.
I'd imagine me and Phil will be
I
firing
was
a
looking
bit
at the
harder
green,
than this.
like the green stacks here.
I don't know. I don't know actually.
Super useful.
I'm not sure, man. I
Yeah, you
guess
should never
time
pull
will
from the
tell.
middle stack. You always pull from the back. It's easier to approach.
It's gonna be more about
You
Phil.
really haven't played much.
It's gonna be
live,
more
I
about
guess.
Phil. What?
You're not used to having
it's
a
gonna-
big
You know what?
stack.
It's gonna.
I
What's
think
gonna
that's more
matter?
what it is,
It's
yeah.
gonna matter what gear Phil is in.
Totally true. He's got gears.
He's got gears.
He about halfway through the match against Dan, he just put it into 6th gear,
Yeah,
and he just started
3-barreling it
all
off with 3 deuce off.
kinds of stuff going on.
My goodness, yeah.
If we get that, Phil, it could be fast
could be a
and loose.
swift one, yeah. Give me a couple of pairs, and Philly boy can fire it into me, and I'll take it.
Check.
All right, so another flop that breaks both players here. Busquet with a gutter ball. Deeb with the 5 high undercards. Go check, check. 8 on the turn doesn't change much.
Check.
Now, is Deeb thinking about maybe taking a stab?
Think you should bet on the turn or on the river?
I think that they're both fine.
Yeah.
I think that there's some merit in both lines.
Should have bet the turn.
Should have bet the turn. Not the river you want.
Check.
Now these spots are oftentimes pretty weird because Busquet, when he checks the turn, should have most of his hands when it pairs the board like this.
Mm-hmm.
So Busquet can actually really have a wide array of strong holdings. And he's definitely trying to work on a check raise here with his King 9.
Shaun doesn't really seem like the type to like Hollywood, you know, like if he raises here, like Shaun's not going to be like, oh, like hum and haw over it for a second. He's going to fling those cards in the muck swiftly, I feel like.
Definitely when you're on stream and we know you have 5 high.
Yeah.
But yeah, in general as well. I would agree with you.
Yeah.
Now, what's interesting here is Busquet's size. I actually think this is kind of interesting because in general, Deeb is repping a 9, so he should use quite a big size here when raising because you're basically saying that you have a 9 beat. However, the button should also have ace king. So, and there we have it. Fairway large check raise and fold from Deeb. But that makes it kind of interesting because in general, Deeb's saying he has a 9, but he could have ace king. I guess the kind of safe thing there for Busquet is that if Deeb does have ace king, he's not going to re-raise all in. He's just going to call on a paired board. So I like the size. I wouldn't even mind going maybe a bit bigger, but seems fine to me. Pasca Mursky asks, estimated time for one match. You know, that's the beautiful thing about King of the Hill. This could go on for a long time, or this could be on the short side. You know, it is a best 2 out of 3, so someone's going to have to lose all their chips twice before our next match goes.
Are we playing, are Phil and I playing tonight literally no matter what?
You were playing tonight
What
what.
if they play for 8 hours or something ridiculous? Like what if 3 matches go to like 5K big blind?
You know,
And it's 2:30 a.m. or something when we're kicking it off.
you're gonna get tagged in, and you're gonna play until someone has the chips.
I love it. I'm young, you know.
Yeah,
well,
you're young.
Relatively young, but
Yeah.
Phil is old.
Phil is over twice your age.
Is he really?
Over twice, yeah.
He's
He's
50, 51 or 52 or
I
something.
think he might
Did you
actually
end up
be
going
50,
out of town
54.
for a W Coop?
Damn. God damn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just for like the weekend.
Huh?
Just for the weekend.
After the Borgata thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're supposed to go, and then my
wow,
wife
that is
lost my passport.
Very, very
conveniently.
old. Phil's old.
Really?
Yeah, he's old.
Luckily, she
In terms
found
of
it
poker.
the other day.
You know, my mom might be watching the stream. And
Definitely
saying
made me
that's
quite
very,
mad.
very old. You know, I gotta slow
Don't
it down.
I haven't missed one of
if
those
she
in
is,
a-
of course,
Yeah, you're like
shout
that's
out.
Like your fucking thing.
Shout out
I-
to
I don't-
Parker's mom.
I don't think she is. I think she would have said hello if she
I haven't
was.
seen her in weeks.
Does she kind of like handle a lot of the organizational stuff? Like the
She used to.
finances and
She
everything?
sucks at it now.
Check.
I love my job.
It's true. Like when I met her, she was like the most
You know,
organized.
there's a fucking
After
emote of
having
my
kids,
mother on Twitch.
There is?
Yeah, right there.
Nice. Oh, yeah, there you go. There you have it. By the way, Busquet turned essentially the nuts here on the turn ace.
Oh wow, they both have a club as well. Oh, I thought there was 3 clubs. This just got a lot less exciting in my mind.
Are you in the zone? Are you in the zone for...
Yeah, I'm.
For your match?
Oh, yeah. Come on, I'm very much in the zone, guys.
Is the threat of white magic getting to you? Are you feeling the
No,
heat?
absolutely not. I
You're
mean,
not?
the threat of like Phil getting lucky and beating me is definitely you know
Right.
getting to me because
Right.
it's very easy in a best of 3 heads-up match to just lose. I mean, if you look at the last one, you and Jungle Man both lost. I mean, I feel like you both got very outplayed. Because
Definitely
Phil was
outplayed.
just on his game that day, you know. That's all.
It was...
And if Phil's switching gears at the right time, if he's like rubbing his pocket where he's got his white magic kept in there, you know, like if he's doing that like correctly, then who can stop him?
He's always got a chance. He's always got... I mean, yeah. He's always got a chance, that's for sure.
Busquet definitely holding over Deeb, though, at the beginning here, in terms of just like cards and making hands and whatnot.
Well, we've not seen too many big pots.
No.
In fact, this is probably one of our bigger ones that we've seen.
Shaun keeps getting walked as well.
Yeah.
He got walked with kings, with a7, with sevens.
Yeah, Jack 10 spades. The open took it down. Wow, we got some Warcraft 3 avatars here in the chat. A couple Bitcoins as well. Interesting.
What is that?
That's from a video game called Warcraft 3, and that's a Bitcoin.
Oh, I see the Bitcoins. I mean, and I know what Warcraft 3 is, but I did not know that was from it.
The more you know.
A video game called Warcraft 3.
The more you know. All right, so Busquet is going to fire the river now as well, 2,200. And Deeb cannot be loving life. He's got many better hands here. He does not have a spade. He has a club. And he
Probably
makes a good laydown.
could be one of those spots, you know, where like I was just saying, you know, lose like 8 pots in a row, you know, and start to feel like you're getting run over. So he wants to
Right.
flick it in with that deuce or something.
Yeah, there is a little bit of that, I think, in heads up, and even more so, particularly when you're playing live, when
For sure.
when they're just every pot is going to your opponent, it feels like you're getting outplayed, and Deeb is getting outplayed, but to feel like you're getting outplayed is another thing entirely.
Yeah, for sure.
Has Deeb called any river? That's actually a good question. Not to my knowledge, although we haven't seen too many river spots go down. Blinds are now up to 2,500. Busquet going with the min raise. Queen Jack 8, Deeb flops middle pair. Busquet flops a gutter ball.
Busquet min raise, you said?
I believe this was a min raise.
No, it's 1K. Oh, the blind just went up though, yeah.
I believe this
Or
was
at
a min
least
raise.
it said it was.
Busquet bets 800.
All right, current money.
Now, this bet size is really to target hands like ace and king high. You know, a lot of those hands really struggle against this size. Deeb does have a pair. He will make the call. $10 on the turn. Another good turn of events.
Wow.
For Busquet.
It's not like Deep has something insanely good or anything.
Definitely.
But, yeah.
Now, Busquet is very likely to bet the turn here.
Think Shaun sticks around for one more?
I don't know. In general, I think you kind of want to ditch hands like this on the turn.
Yeah.
And if you're going to call with a hand that's not, you know, top pair or two pair or straight, you want to have
at least have some backup.
Exactly.
Ace Jack or King Jack or something.
Exactly. Some hearts.
Yeah,
whatnot.
exactly. And insta.
Busquet picks up another one.
Will there be an MMA match between Deeb and Busquet? Yeah, I think that's coming right after mine and Phil's match, actually.
Deeb actually said there was going to be an AMA.
An
after the
AMA.
match. Yeah, not an MMA match, but an AMA match.
Is there actually going to be an AMA?
I don't think so.
Oh,
but
okay.
He was talking about it
I mean,
earlier.
that seemed believable for a second.
You never know.
The
Really.
MMA match, you know, not so much, but
Yeah, I mean, if they did get in a ring,
blinds up?
I think the word
Yeah.
match would not be the
I
word.
had a feeling when you
want to
raised only 1,000 that you didn't know the blinds were
true
up that high.
punishment.
Oh, it was that hand too?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. He didn't realize the blinds had gone up.
Yeah, I
That's
didn't
why
know
he
that.
min raised.
So an accidental min raise. Worked out.
Deeb switched up his sizing as well. No more 3x.
Stacks are getting a little more shallow relative to the blinds, but still plenty of play. I mean, we're looking at something around 70 blinds effective. All right, Deeb actually takes the lead here with his middle pair and backdoor flush draw. Just gonna go ahead and bet it. Kind of a test spot for Busquet, actually. This bet is especially good against the hand that Busquet has. He's likely going to have to call, but not really many good turns and rivers he can get behind. So not very good playability on some of these later streets. And then he's actually going to let it go.
I don't know about that one. I'm not sure.
Use your reveal then.
I'm gonna have, no, not about what your hand is. Just about what my hand is. I should ask Doug. Doug,
Yeah, I
is
mean, that
is
seems
right?
like you said,
No?
you know, like it is really tough on the turn and river, but that seems like a
Ace nine with the
shockingly
back
tight
door or
fold,
something?
even still.
I would
10-5-4?
That's close.
I would agree with you, especially versus a little under half pot. But
Yeah, 1100 as well.
Other one's
I
a
guess
king
he's just
queen or king
really
jack.
concerned with the later streets. You know?
Just getting barreled off of
without
it,
that
yeah.
score,
Because I guess, yeah, like you said, he literally can't continue on
All right, so we are at
anything that doesn't pair
255.
him or
Okay,
give him
got it.
a gut
We're
shot.
at
I
3-6
guess.
now.
Like a 6 or a 7, and even that kind of sucks. Like,
Well,
Yeah, I actually don't even know if he can continue on even those.
so yeah, I mean, maybe the fold does make sense, of course. I'm gonna trust Busquet.
Busquet's probably got a relatively good handle on it. The thing is, if players start folding to that size with hands like that all the time, then you just get such a good bluff
pretty amazing.
opportunity
They
on
had
the
like
flop.
GPL,
Yeah.
which was like
Yeah,
very
I mean, if
heads
he's
up, sit
folding
and go oriented, and then like they
those
have
ace
this.
highs for sure.
Like who would have thought that like when I
would come
started
back?
playing heads up, sit and goes like 8 years ago, that there'd be a lot of TV opportunities to like.
Well, GPL, who knows how long that's going to survive for.
No, that's true. That's definitely true.
Bang,
You win
bang.
again.
Bang bang.
But
I think
just-
this one has a little more longevity.
GPL India is really taking off right now.
But there was still a full season and like a reasonable amount of like content and
Yeah.
exposure.
Of course,
But
I
it
want
makes
to
sense. I mean,
congratulate the moneymakers
NBC
on
Heads
their
Up was always a
championship in
popular
season
TV
1.
format.
No, that's true. No, it does make sense.
Like,
yes, of
it
course.
just-
I thought you were
to get
talking
only
about they
few
made
people,
money
you
for a
can pay
second,
more,
then I
you know, you
realized,
can get
no,
more
there's no
face
prize
time,
pool,
camera time,
actually.
and, like,
Actually,
you know,
winning is
90
100
highlights
grand.
Oh, was it?
boring
Yeah.
personality.
That was it.
Yeah.
They got
That
100.
makes sense. I just
I thought there was
Split.
literally no money.
Well, there was no buy-in, and only first place received prize money, but I believe it was 100 grand.
We should have
split amongst
purposely
your
tried
team.
to end our matches
Gotcha.
so quickly that
How many
Phil
folks
book
were on a team?
signing
5?
got ruined. He
4?
had to play instead of be there.
I did not watch a match.
You didn't watch a single match. Damn. Aggressive.
I watched part of the finals to make a video mocking it. That's about it. Loose open here from Busquet, by the way, 10-3 offsuit. Deeb making the call with King Jack. Kind of a similar situation to a board we just saw. Busquet once again flopping a gutter ball, but this time Deeb has top pair and a gutter, and I just cannot imagine he's going anywhere with this one.
You know, it would be a fun turn.
There were a few.
A jack of clubs.
Ooh.
Well, I guess a jack of clubs is like an offsuit jack is honestly probably better.
There are lots of good turns.
Oh.
Mr. Bonin says, yo, Tonka, everyone wants to know how much do you have of yourself? Actually, told me earlier, and a little bit shocking, but 300% I believe was the number you said, correct?
Yeah,
It's
we
across
have.
the stack?
Yeah, I've crossbook with many people. Phil and I put an extra 50,000 up on the side.
That makes sense.
No, I did not crossbook, and I have said I have sold a little bit of action, but I am keeping that personal. What I have sold.
Okay, so like 200%.
Yeah. Well, I actually sold 150%. I didn't make any more action. I sold 150%.
Oh, that's bold.
Yeah.
That's
So
bold.
I've made 25K already.
So what you're telling me is that my first round bet on you to beat Phil Hellmuth is looking really good.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
definitely.
I feel good. I feel good about that one. Yeah, that's solid for me. If you are just joining us, we are in round 1 of King of the Hill. It's a best 2 out of 3. We are in the first match of that. Busquet with a slight lead out of the gate, somewhere in the vicinity of a 3-2 chip lead. As Deeb opens up with ace deuce, Busquet makes the call, Jack 9. Let's get a little action flop going. Let's get a little change of pace.
Check.
That's not it.
That is certainly not it. Busquet improves the middle pair, moves into the lead. Deeb's gonna check it back. Queen on the turn gives Busquet an open ender, but is not going to help Deeb's efforts here. King on the river, Busquet has made a straight. Now the question is how to play it. Should he raise or go for some value? He's reaching
God,
for
he made
chips.
another straight.
He is quite good at making straights.
Kings with an 8.
Got a high hand in the room here at Rivers.
You know they do that every hour? High hand for 500 schmackers.
Wow.
Some guy had the. I was playing a little 136 PLO last night, and some guy had a king high straight flush.
Wait, PLO hands count?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see.
No, I mean definitely not. Come on, how could they?
Well, you're saying you played PLOs. I thought that the high hand.
No.
was-
So
okay.
some guy had a king high flush or a king high straight flush. So the only thing that could beat him is a royal for the
Yeah,
high
if playing the
hand,
first
and he
match,
had
I would
like
wanna
5
see
minutes.
revisit
or
how
something,
long
and
you
he was
think
just sweating
this
it
whole
insanely
day is
hard. He
gonna
kept
go
on like
streaming.
going up and asking them if somebody had made a
We're
royal.
almost
And
at
it's
an
like,
hour
you're gonna
and
call it out like over
don't
the
even have
thing.
shots.
No one's making a royal.
You've got that 500 locked up,
There.
buddy. Don't worry about it.
No one's making a royal.
Maybe you'll just sweep
You
me
can
and then help me
breathe
with the
easily.
sweep, and it'll be like, it'll be quick.
Domination of the live pros.
Yeah.
Busquet opening it up. King Deuce. Deeb making the call. A little bit of an action flop. Trips for Busquet. 2 pair for Deeb. Busquet goes with the flop bet. 700, nice and small. Deeb makes the call.
Oh boy.
This is gonna get ugly.
Oh boy. That's super rude, man. When you got the queen and they turn the king
It is so rude.
and they make quads.
It is
It's-
quite rude. Deeb doesn't realize this, but he's actually rooting for another king on the river.
He's leading.
How much?
Right? He doesn't have a button over there.
He did lead. He did lead here on the turn.
Couple lads getting the dailies out in the chat. Love it. Do you like my emote? Hand drawn.
It looks nice.
Yeah?
You drew that yourself, right?
I did, yeah. MS Paint on stream.
Nice. What does it stand for? Daily
Daily quads.
daily quads is the thing?
Daily quads. Yeah. Well, for me.
For you, okay, I see.
Well, it was for a while, and then I became truly never lucky.
All right, so now where do you think Deeb thinks he's at here on the turn?
I don't know, man. Leading here, like, it's kind of awkward, right? Because now he's like, okay, well, he's gonna value bet, I guess. But like, what is he? He wants to get called by ace high, I guess. Like, what does
I
he
think
really
he's
want to
gonna
get
check.
called by? You think he's gonna check? Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's-
that definitely does make more sense than betting. But it looks like he's reaching.
he's about to get some bad news. By the way, Busquet improves to a full yacht, pairing his deuce on the river.
Full yacht. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't really like this from Deeb, but
It's tough because,
seems like you just get chopped a lot. You just end up chopping a bunch of the time.
yeah, I'm not exactly sure what he's hoping for this bet to accomplish, because if Busquet has a queen or better, he's going to call or raise. And if he has worse, he'll probably fold. So I don't see much value here. More importantly, though, I think we might have a new high hand.
I really hope they call it out in the 50K.
Why do I always do this to myself?
And Deeb has sailed his boat into stormy seas. Got a good question here from the chat. Doug, have you thought of calling it Parker hands? I
That
have
is
not.
a good question.
I've
yeah.
not, but I can see why.
Wow, this is only to 11,000 as well. Oh,
This is kind of interesting because Busquet's raise here is actually fairly polar.
yeah. You know, I was just thinking, is there any chance that he ever raises a queen here to get him to try to fold a queen?
I don't think so. I don't think that it's reasonable to think that a queen would be betting.
Okay.
So, because there's not really much
Oh, he's
reason
paid.
for queens to bet.
Biggest pot of the match, I
That
believe.
is by far the biggest pot. A $30,000 pot goes Olivier's way. He now moves into a comfortable lead here. 3-1 chip edge.
Good time to take
Cruising
that one,
altitude. Now I'm getting some comments here from some fans. If you guys want, just let me know what you think. You can tweet at DougBlogPoker. We got a good one here. Does Shaun know he's actually allowed to purchase shirts that fit?
How much? 14?
Yeah, I'd imagine he does, but he just chose not to today, you know?
Maybe he's always getting bigger. He's a grown
boy.
He's a growing man.
Grown man, sorry.
Check.
Growing man. All right, ace 10-3. 2 clubs. Gutter ball for Busquet. King high for Deeb. Check, check. 10 of the turn.
22.
Check.
Barry.
Both players
for
are proceeding with
1-3,
caution.
Barry.
Yeah, that's why I prefer a nice baggy sweater.
Yeah, it really, hide.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
you know?
Perhaps maybe a team never lucky.
Yeah,
sweater.
maybe a team
yeah,
never lucky
yeah,
sweater,
that
you
could-
know?
that
Yeah,
could
they're
be.
very comfortable.
Queen high.
They are comfortable.
And Shaun has done it. He's won a pot.
He's on the board.
It genuinely does feel like a little while.
These things come and go, though.
That is how heads up works, yeah.
All right. See what we're working with.
Thank you.
Busquet opens up the Jack 5, takes it down. Parker and Helmuth are scheduled to play at the conclusion of this match. We will take a 10-15 minute break for some interviews, and then we'll get right into our second match. This could be a long one tonight. This could be a long one tonight.
That's so saying, man. This could, I mean, listen, my hypothetical was incredibly unlikely that we started playing at 2:30, but like I don't see any reason for us not to start playing at like 11 p.m. or midnight. Like if it goes 3 and each one takes 2 hours, or each one takes an hour 45 with a 15-minute break in between, like.
So the first structure I helped create, and I really put an emphasis on making sure that it wasn't going to go too long. You know, like lean towards having it be short
Then long,
too
for
long.
sure, for sure.
And I didn't actually have a role in adapting it for this time around. So, you know, maybe this time
It'll just be a decent bit deeper.
I mean,
I know last time the Casella Jungle Man match was over in like 5 hands or something.
right? Yeah, it took like 15, 20 minutes, and so I think there was a little bit of bias there because that's very unlikely to happen, but it did.
Yeah.
So because it did, now in the next match you want to make sure that doesn't happen again. And so now, you know,
Do you think a reasonable solution is just to make it a best of 3 with a swifter structure? Or do you think that kind of ruins the integrity of it a little bit?
it's tough. I actually kind of like it as not a best 2 of 3, to be honest.
As
with
not
you.
a best of 2, just as a one-off. Yeah.
I kind of
first
like
round?
I kind of like the original. The only time where that sucks is if someone busts fast. So I get that, but I think we really might have quite the epic session on our hands here. Which, you know what? Why not? I'm down for an epic sesh. It's not like I have to be out there playing, you know. I mean, that would
yeah,
suck.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That would really suck if this one took, you know, like 6 hours and then you had to play after. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that would be pretty brutal.
Like I said, you know, I feel like that's just a bigger edge for me. You know, old man Phil.
Old Man Phil.
Young Gun Parker coming in. I'll be
Young Gun Parker. I like that nickname. I
Yeah,
like that.
You like that?
I like that.
Gave myself an awful nickname, and you're just
no,
fucking loving
Young
it.
Gun Parker sounds good. You know, it sounds like an upcoming like rap album about to drop by Young Gun Parker.
Hey man, that's the next thing coming at you on
Coming
TeamNeverLucky.com.
straight at you, Young Gun Parker.
Young Gun Parker, dropping that hot fire mix.
Oh man. Can I be Fresh Cut Doug?
Fresh cut Doug.
Fresh Cut Doug and Young Gun Parker.
Absolutely, man. You can style on a
Coming
track.
at you.
No
Have the
doubt.
same
No doubt.
hand strength when
Straight
do
at
this
you.
line.
I love this comment. Doug is paid by the hour. If only.
If only.
If only.
Doug would have made these a best of 7
So,
if he was getting paid by the
We
hour.
actually have poker going on in this hand, which is interesting. But Busquet has, I think,
It's definitely a value bet.
yeah, no, this is
It went bet check bet.
King 9.
right. Kind of an interesting flop bet with the third pair.
It was
Around
very
the best
small.
hand Busquet.
What?
Oh, is
It
it?
I
was
think I've ever had the best hand in
very,
the
very
big-
small.
On a board.
Makes some sense.
Like one big blind, I think.
Yeah,
800.
I've had the best hand a
800.
lot. I've had the best hand a lot. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that seems to be Olivier's go-to in bet check bets.
Yeah, that
Very,
makes
very
sense.
small on the
A
flop.
lot of the solver play is leaning towards that. It's leaning towards small flop bet.
Faded the
Defensive
fade the
electronic
tokens.
checks.
No more tokens.
I was getting
Well,
too
Shaun
try. I
has
didn't
no
have
more
a good
turns.
spot for him.
No, I'm just kidding.
He's already used both.
Honestly, reasonable, I think.
Is
I,
that your
I
clock,
think
by the way,
I'm
that
gonna
you
try to
said?
like
No,
use
no.
mine not
No,
super
okay.
early,
I just
but
hear
like
him when he said something.
Okay.
I feel like if you try to save them or hold on to them, like they're just gonna get wasted so often.
Totally agree, and I think that's something that's happened the first few times. that
Did
we
you
ha-
use both of yours?
I think I used one,
Okay.
but I have seen these because they've been used in King of the Hill, but also a couple of poker nights, and people just like to kind of hold on to them and
Yeah.
like really use them in a great spot. But you're not always going to get like a really awesome spot to use one. So why not just see something rather than
Then
just
nothing.
see
Yeah,
nothing.
for sure, for sure.
Got Busquet faster, please. We want to see Tonka. I think we might have some Tonka fans in the chat. You know, we earlier did a little poll asking what people thought.
Deep gets walked
Finally
with
has the
ace
best
queen.
hand.
Yeah, I saw you guys talking about all the twos in the chat there. Yeah, I mean,
It was
very
pretty
shocking that on the platform that I stream on, there's a lot of people in here.
Yeah, it was weird. It was almost too much. You know, it was like they had just come from your channel or something.
What's that? It's
So
almost like.
it was like they had just come from your channel or
Oh
something.
yeah, that's
It
weird.
was just like
It's
that.
very odd. Yeah. I don't know how that would have happened.
Young Gun Parker with his first mixtape, Teen Poker. Got Jeff Gross Poker in the house. What's up, Jeff? Welcome to the stream today.
Check.
King 4, Queen Deuce. Couple ragtag pre-flop hands, but Queen Deuce does connect. Bottom pair moves into the lead. Check, check. 4 in the turn. Busquet.
You like Deeb's check back on the flop there with the queen deuce?
Yeah, I think it's fine. I think you can mix it up and go for a bet from time to time, but I think check's pretty reasonable too.
So you play heads up, by the way, guys. You'll notice that almost every single answer that Doug gives to a heads up question goes like this. Well, yeah, you definitely can do that sometimes, but you usually want to mix it up a little bit, do this and that, which obviously makes a ton of sense. If you're trying to play a balanced strategy, you should be doing basically everything sometimes,
It is tough.
at least on the flop.
Yeah, in a lot of situations, it's tough because you can give either, an answer that's simple, or you can give a correct one, and so it's kind of the question of what's more important. And I usually try to be a little more on the correct side rather than the simple side. But yeah, a lot of times, especially with close spots, the way poker works, interesting spots tend to be close, and as spots become more close, you should do more of both things. So it's kind of a cop-out, but also pretty much just true. When something is really tough and could go either way, the answer is probably do a bit of both.
Loving that I'm getting some coaching in here before
Yeah.
the match.
Nice, yeah.
I like either folding, checking, or betting here.
I don't like folding.
Quote unquote by Doug.
I don't think folding in the spot makes much sense for Busquet.
I think that was more of a general
I know,
quote.
I know.
I feel like you've said that in a couple of YouTube videos.
People like get so angry at me when I
Wait,
say that.
wait.
They get so mad. You have to pick your side. You're either betting or you're checking. You can't do some of this sometimes.
So we have a big value bet, huh? Oh, it's getting paid.
King 4.
Not surprising.
It's always the best hand. Never had.
I mean, listen, I definitely think Olivier has an edge in this matchup, and you know, definitely in any matchup in this King of the Hill, I think Olivier will have an edge against me if we end up.
What
getting
about
heads
Young
up.
Gun Parker?
Young Gun Parker? Now, if Young Gun Parker comes out, he could have a chance, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I definitely feel like Shaun is getting the short end of the stick here in this first round. It feels like he keeps getting coolered a bunch.
He does.
I mean, I'm not sure if he should have lost as many chips as he did with that queen boat, but yeah.
The queen deuce was a little bit adventurous, but you know he's definitely been running bad. There's no doubt about it. Another couple premium holdings here.
Hasn't been like a single, you know, there wasn't really a single like cooler hand in yours and Homie's match either, was there? Like a Ace King versus tens pre or anything like that.
Not a pre-flop one.
There was definitely, I mean, the Queen 9 versus the Nut Flush one.
Yeah, that
that was
was
not okay.
Pretty rough, especially with the trap line. That worked out pretty awesome for Phil.
Yeah.
But no big pre-flop coolers. You know, pre-flop.
There wasn't really a pre-flop coolers in any of the matches, I don't think.
Pre-flop coolers are a little more rare in heads up, just because.
It's still reasonable to happen out of like 7 matches or whatever we're playing. 5 matches. 5 matches. So
Yeah,
sorry.
5 matches. But you know, again, like 300 hands or 400 hands or something.
True.
So, yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying. You know, like I've played many heads-up hands, and I can only ever recall like a real like aces versus kings cooler like a few times, like in my entire time playing heads-up. It's actually like pretty unlikely.
Yeah,
That was actually the biggest pot in online poker in 2014. I had aces against somebody's kings. Although we were like 600.
How big was the pot?
We were, it was I don't know 400,000 or something. 400.
How good do you run, huh?
I ran quite hot. Although I you know, and not to say that he didn't get cooler because it's pretty brutal to get kings there, but I still felt like maybe the last bet or two didn't have to go in, but whatever. So do what you gotta do.
So do you like to see like a limping
you.
strategy come out for Shaun now that he's down to around 30 blinds, or do you think you want to stick with the raising?
That's a good question. I think around this stack size, you should start to work in
Better for him than me.
a few more folds on the button and,
Yeah.
and a few more limps.
Okay.
I think around this stack size, you're going to want to start to mix in some new moves. I think at the deeper stacks, just raising or folding is completely fine.
Remember that time Doug blasted away 300K drunk? Was it that much?
Was it that much? Well, the good news was I was so drunk that I don't remember. But luckily that there were some videos.
There was some videos. Yeah.
No, they had
I know.
video
I've
coverage.
watched your video of it on YouTube, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Thank you.
I thought it was pretty good.
I like to make fun of people no matter who they are when they do stupid stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much the. It was a fun moment for me.
We've said that we were only going to put the small blind out, like if we're deciding to fold.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
He likes to have the rules separate for him. I'm okay putting my small blind out. My muscles don't need a rest. They can throw the chips in the middle.
Was that a?
That's a very odd chirp from Shaun to Olivier, to be honest.
A weird what?
A very odd chirp
Oh, chirp, yeah.
that he's chirping him for his muscles.
It's a weird one. It was like a do you
Big
even
line
lift,
up.
bro kind of.
Yeah. And I mean, he very obviously lifts.
Obviously does lift.
And I don't know if Shaun has ever lifted.
Great question. Well,
You probably
To be
have
fair-
to. You probably have to in high school, right?
I think that you have to find a way to bring the food from the plate to.
That doesn't constitute lifting.
All right, so we got some poker happening. Deeb opens ace-2 suited. Busquet getting jiggy with the king-9. The K9,
K9.
which is fitting because he is a dog here. Man, I have so many bad jokes.
The kid is on fire.
I have
Did Shaun go all in there? Yeah.
I
Yeah,
went
he
all
did,
in. He
okay.
folded.
He felt the weakness and he ripped
I
it.
was, I was gonna ask you, do you prefer an all-in or a call there?
I actually think
Yes.
I would mainly call.
Yeah.
Can you believe
I-
he's allowed to do that?
if
He
you
can just
think-
go all, yeah?
I'm so glad you didn't use your reveal there.
Yeah. See,
Didn't
like,
think of
I
it.
mean, come on. He has
I
two
feel you did.
reveals,
You folded
right,
too quickly.
Olivier? Like, how is he not?
Yeah,
how
I
is he
mean,
not using one of them?
I
at
knew
this
what I was
point?
going to do if you did it, but
These
maybe
refresh
should have
every
taken a
match.
second to.
I kind of feel that Busquet does not actually care what Shaun Deeb is doing here very much. He's just kind of going to try and
He's
play
just doing his thing.
great poker and just not worry about like. So, it's either that he's waiting for a really good spot, or he might just not really
Okay,
be
well,
that
yeah.
interested in what Deeb's doing at all.
Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, a friend of mine who you potentially could have played against at 5K, heads up, back in the day. He said that's basically, when he broke into the scene, he broke into like the heads up scene on Stars, like very abruptly. And he said that's basically what he did. He played like his GTO ranges, like he built a strategy, played the ranges, more or less versus everybody.
You know,
And it didn't play like obviously the exact same against everybody,
Right.
but like more or less was.
Well, what's weird to me about the way that Busquet plays online versus the way that he plays live, when he plays online, and this might have changed in the last few years, but we played primarily 4 or 5 years ago, he would play really fast, and it was almost like angry. Like if you made a move, he would immediately make
Online?
a response. Yeah, online.
Well, I mean, Olivier used to be a little bit more of an angry fellow online, didn't he?
Yeah, but it didn't have the calm, cool demeanor of someone calculating ranges.
Okay.
There
okay,
was
I
lots
got
of
you.
like, 3-bet the flop, I fold, show me the nothing.
By the way, what's
Well,
going on here?
It looks like
An overbet on the turn?
it looks like an overbet in the turn is going on here.
And Shaun is really considering it with 8-7. Have we got something wrong in this hand?
No, we have not. But here's the thing that's about the situation. This is kind of a weird spot because,
Why does he need to overbet?
well, he wants to take a small part of his range and bet really big. So if he has like a very good hand, he could do the same thing. And in this situation, the button will have a lot more hands on this flop that are strong than the big blind
Okay.
because it's open and call. So basically what Busquet is doing here is he's like basically declaring that because his range has an advantage in how many strong hands he has, he is going
I'm
to
making a
use a
very bad
size
So my white
that's
magic
very
says.
big to try and play for all the money. And this actually makes sense.
I get it, but like I feel like that's like very reasonable if they both have 50K, But Shaun has 19K. Like, is it really that hard to bet like 4K and then like bet 120% all in on the river?
Right, but maybe he feels that
Tilting
the
after
turn
that
size
time you
needs to be
jammed on
bigger
me,
because
get those chips
like
back.
more pair hands are in a tough spot in the turn versus the river.
That
You
makes
have enough.
a
You
ton
can
of
take it
sense.
easy.
And they were.
They were. Deeb's getting grinded down.
16.
Ten, 9, 6.
It's a good flop for Deeb.
It is a good flop for Deeb, who quickly checks back.
You like his check back?
In general, I think you should bet.
Check.
If you want to occasionally set someone up, especially on these shorter stacks, I'm okay with that, but you don't block any of the pairs that can float you. So I think I lean towards just a bet here on the flop, but certainly fine to sometimes give him the old trap ski.
How much?
So right now our contestants, 2 are on the felt, 1's in the booth with me, and 1 is doing a book signing. Pretty
I've
sure
never seen a happier man, by the way,
he loves the book
than Philip
signings.
Hellmuth doing a book signing.
It's actually pretty great. You know what I'm saying?
It's like a little kid opening up Christmas presents on Christmas. He's just like, "Oh."
It's almost exactly like that.
Yeah.
He just gets so happy about it.
The average age of the folks waiting in line was over 60. And there was a big line.
It was actually a big
There
line?
was like 15 people in that line.
50?
15.
15. No,
I mean, come on, that's a big line
That's
for
a big line,
for
yeah.
a poker player's book signing. That's a pretty reasonable line.
that's a healthy line. That's definitely a healthy line. Check. All right, so what do you think? Can Deeb find a way to just dig deep and get something going?
I mean, yeah, like you win one all in, he's back up to 40K. I
True.
mean, it's not that tough to win an all in, right? I feel like.
It depends who you are. I think for some people,
It's very hard for me personally to win an all in.
interesting. I'm actually good at all-ins.
No, I know that.
My all-in game is
It's on point.
it's on point.
Yeah.
Check.
It's like my mixtape game. My mixtape
Your
game's
mixtape, yeah, Young Gun
fire,
Parker.
yeah.
Brought to you by Young Gun Parker. By the way, if anyone currently here on the stream can tweet at me what the Young Gun Parker album would look like, I will post that on every one of my social medias if it meets the bar. For Young Gun Parker and Fresh Cut Doug.
Young Gun Parker and Fresh Cut.
Album dropping soon. You know, honestly, in this banner on the right side of your screen, guys,
That could be me
That-
on my Hot Fire mixtape
that is literally you.
with the fire behind me as well.
With the fire, yeah, Young Gun
Jeez,
Parker.
man. Olivier kind of looks like a deer in the headlights there.
People are going to buy this album, by the way.
Would buy 100%, yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Tweet at Doug Poker what the Young Gun Parker and Fresh Cut Doug album would look like.
I mean, album comes in time,
Check.
dude. Mixtape is what we're starting off with here.
Definitely. And by the way, we've got another tough spot for Deeb lined up. Top pair for Deeb, top
Oh,
2
God.
for Busquet.
I mean, this could be it. They could get it in here some way, right? I guess depending on the turn.
Yeah, and it also depends on the way that Busquet decides to play this. I mean, I don't think you should always raise on these shorter stacks. Allow some room to kind of trap your opponent into bluffing some later streets, but
She's
It's gonna be expensive.
You like a check call, check, and then check.
yeah, I mean, like I like raising a bit more with like the 4 deuce or the 10 deuce. The 10-4, you block a bunch of the value.
He's cutting out a raise though.
And raise is totally fine. In
Yeah.
fact, you should probably even raise a bit more than you call. But I like working in the calls just because on these shorter stacks, having a few hands that you can really get behind on the later streets against barrels, it's kind of nice, you know. So I don't mind that. But yeah, raise again also really fine.
Would you be surprised to see Deeb ship it in here?
Well,
It's kind of a really awkward spot to ship it in, isn't it?
it is.
It's a really awkward spot to do anything.
I think
I mean, not calling, but
I think you just kind of have to call.
just call.
And then, you know, as we learned in our prior King of the Hill, you can just fold and not turn 10, so that's nice.
Oh man, 10-5. Put another 10 up there.
Yeah, just
This is like a very similar. Like it looks almost identical. Switch 10-4 into Queen Jack, and we've got it.
it actually really is exactly like that. Deeb does make the call. I like the flat. I like the flat, kind of keeping your opponent's range a bit wider. Very hard to imagine Deeb not getting stacked here, though.
Would assume we see an all-in. Oh,
Well, we're going to see a... what? Hold on one sec here, guys. And we're back. Sorry about that.
Check.
so keep you on your toes.
Yeah, we're just really keeping you guys in check. They can get a bit carried away sometimes, you know. You gotta put them back in their place a little bit. Okay, so Jack on the turn, check from Busquet.
Oh, so we check raise flop, check call turn.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that, but I think one of the reasons why he did that was he thought there would be more floats going on from Deeb.
Probably flop top pair.
I
Exciting.
don't like Deeb's jam.
Congrats on your first win.
honestly,
Of hopefully no more.
every hand.
You
I
got
had
to check it back. Yeah.
I believe
yeah.
it.
I mean, not every hand, but
I
like,
never had it.
I had it all the time. Yeah. So
Yeah, I'll take 2-1.
I guess
There's
it's
the
okay.
line.
yeah,
That's the
1-1 would be
line.
great.
It's okay. What's up?
That's the line back there that you just saw.
Oh, wow. All right, so our first first match of our best
yes.
2 out of 3 is going to go to Olivier Busquet, who moves into the lead. This is the best 2 out of 3, though. Deeb has
Who won?
plenty of chances. And I think we're actually going to jump over to
Warming me
a
up or
live
You
interview
first.
All right.
with the Mans and both of our players after our first round match. So let's tune in here for the interview.
Yeah. So what happened at the end?
I flopped top pair, and he flopped top 2 pair on 10-4 deuce.
Okay.
He got me good.
All right, we are back. My boy Shaun Deeb has been defeated. What happened, my dude?
I just was defeated in the first round. I'm not actually defeated, all right? I'm still alive. I still got some hopes and dreams.
Okay.
Give me some of
I was
that.
gonna say you look dehydrated. There we go. That's nice, warm water. That's right.
Oh, that
from-
is so warm.
It's so warm. It's right from the river's bathroom. Hey, but you're feeling good, dude. So what? You went in there. You're going toe to toe with him. He punched. You counter punched.
I never really counter punched.
Never
He
count-
just literally kept punching me.
All right.
And there's a lot of me to punch, and he has a lot of punches. And yeah, I just really, I don't think I ever had the best hand. I folded like 4th pair, I think like 7 times to him, and then I think he had it all 7 times. So there was really nothing I do. Never really had much. I mean, I don't really think I got outplayed, but there's still more matches to see if I can hold my own or not.
Okay, you said you didn't get the counter punch. You want to put this on and punch the man so you get one? No, put it on. I got these abs of steel. I'll let you get one good punch in since you haven't got any against Busquet. Oh, God. All right, that's good. That's enough. Okay, he can't pack a punch, folks. All right, we'll get you out there. You still got 2 matches. You're gonna run
I
the
hope
table.
2 matches. I hope.
He's gonna run the table. I like your chances. All right, we're gonna bring our champ on right now, our early champ, Olivier. You're on. Good job. How we doing? You're looking dehydrated there. Open up. Oh, come on. It's super cold. It's so cold.
All right, if you're gonna go for it, man.
There, here you go. Let me get you some. There you go. There you go.
Jesus.
How'd it go out there? You
Yeah,
took the
yeah.
first one down?
Yeah, honestly, I just like, I hit every single hand. It would have been super hard for me to lose the match. Like, it says nothing about Shaun at all. Like, I just always had it.
Dude, just say what everyone wants to hear. Shaun sucks at poker. Just tell the camera Shaun sucks at poker.
He doesn't, man. And I don't know what he has, so it's hard to tell. But I'm just saying, this particular match, I won't say that every time. I happen to have a lot of good hands.
Okay, has he slow rolled you? That's what everyone wants to know.
He didn't have a good enough hand to ever slow roll me. I'm pretty sure if he ever has an opportunity, he's gonna go for it.
Well, if we want Shaun to get a slow roll, and so maybe he has to slow roll a hand.
Wait,
he
why do you
loses.
want him to get a slow roll when he's playing against me?
The people want a slow roll. What if he slow rolls when he's losing? He lost the hand 10 minutes slow roll.
I think he's too good to do that.
Okay,
I
all
think
right.
he'll only do it with the nuts, I think.
I want to be fair. I let Shaun get a hit in. Do you want to get a hit in?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
All right. You think you'd hurt
All
me?
right, all right,
yeah,
all
that's
right,
what I thought.
all
Let's
right,
go. Come on. Give me
You
what
ready?
you got. Yeah, give it
You
to
ready?
me. Yeah,
You ready?
do it.
You ready?
Do it.
You ready?
Go. Oh, okay. No, he's going to have to do better. All right, that's it for now. We're going to take a quick break. We will be back. We're talking with Doug in the booth, and then we're back for match 2. Let's go, King of the Hill.